Isiki, a second-year forward, faces a critical moment in a game that will determine his team's fate in reaching the Nationals. Choosing to pass the ball instead of taking the shot leads to their defeat. Isiki receives a letter from the Japan Football Union selecting him as a certified athlete. He encounters Kira, a player from the previous game, on his way to the meeting as well. At this meeting, Igo introduces 300 forward players to the Blue Lock project, aiming to develop the best striker in Japan. The players must compete to be the last one standing to achieve this title. The players are ranked based on their skills, and the top 5 will have the opportunity to play in the Japan U20 World Cup. But losing in Blue Lock means forfeiting the chance to represent Japan in soccer forever. The first test involves a game of tag, where the players must avoid being struck by the soccer ball. Isugi's strategic decision to target a stronger player leads to a surprising outcome. With a couple of seconds left, Bakura passes Isugi the ball to tag Kira, and in a split-second decision, Isugi kicks the ball at Kira, hitting him straight in the face. Kira is pissed because that means he's out of Blue Lock, which means the end of his soccer career. Bakura tells Isugi about his inner monster, and the monster told him to pass the ball to Isugi because there's a monster in him too. With the first test completed, Team Z, the lowest ranked team, is created. The second test has 5 teams go against each other. The top scoring player from each losing team will continue, and the rest will leave and be ineligible to ever represent Japan. So the top 2 teams will progress. You can only lose 1 game and get 1 draw in order to win with 7 points. Team Z goes against Team X first. Everyone tried to make goals individually without working together, since the person with the most goals moves forward no matter what. They were able to score 1 point thanks to Isugi and Bakura working together and passing the ball to Kunigami to score. But sadly, that was the only point, and they ended up losing 1-5. With their lessons learned, Team Z goes against Team Y. They decide to utilize every player's strong skills and rotate positions so each person gets an equal chance to make a goal. Chigiri does not tell anyone about his strong skill, so he stays as a defender. Gagamora and Isugi are able to score points, leading to Team Z's victory, 2-1. For their third game, Team Z goes against Team W. We see Kuon's strengths as he scores 3 points in the first half, but oddly starts to miss and make simple mistakes during the second half. Isugi noticed Kuon smiling even though they start to fall behind and confronts him. The other team confirms that Kuon snuck off the night before and made a deal with the other team. As long as Kuon has the most individual points, he will still go on, even if the team fails test 2. Which is all good because we find out that Chigiri's special skill is speed, but he's been playing it safe this whole time out of fear that he'll injure his ACL again. Chigiri decides to let loose, leading to his team tying with Team W 4-4. The last game is Team Z versus V, but of course Kuon didn't learn his lesson and tries to strike a deal with Team V the night before, but they weren't having it. They refused straight up. So Kuon doesn't help the whole game. Team V consists of Ryo and Nagi, who both met in school. Ryo was a rich kid who wanted to play soccer, and Nagi was a student who didn't like to put much effort into anything, but had pretty good soccer skills that Ryo noticed. Chigiri, Kunigami, and Bakura all evolve and hone in on their skills during the game. Nagi awakens and realizes that soccer is actually fun and decides to put real effort into his game. Kuon ends up tackling Nagi before he could make a shot, helping the team, but getting himself a red card, which caused him to no longer be the teammate with the highest score. Isugi scores the last goal, leading to Team Z's victory 5-4. The top scorers from the 3 disqualified teams were Junichi from Team W, Nico from Team Y, and Baru from Team X. Throughout this test, Isugi realizes his special is direct shot and spatial awareness. Stage 2, second selection. Igo tells them that there are 5 stages and they must complete each to move forward. To enter stage 2, they must individually make 100 goals in 90 minutes with a hologram robot as their goalie that they call Blue Lock Man that adapts to each player, making it harder as they continue to score. Isugi hones in on his skills, putting together his spatial awareness and direct shot or positioning to get the perfect goal. Those who pass are to form teams of 3 before proceeding. Isugi and Bakura both pass and team up. They were both thinking of waiting for Kunigami or Chigiri to pass and choose one of them to complete their team. But out of nowhere, Nagi asked them to join, leaving Ryo's side because Isugi made Nagi excited to play soccer. And they agree. Chigiri and Kunigami meet up and team up with Ryo. They go to the third stage, which is a 3 versus 3 game. Both teams will have the blue lock man for a goalie, and the first team to get 5 goals will advance. The winners get to steal someone from the losing team, making a 4-man team and continuing ahead, while the losers go back to the selection and try again. But if they lose the game of 2 versus 2, then the winning team chooses a player and the other is disqualified. Isagi, Bakura, and Nagi versus the top 3 ranked in Blue Lock, Rin, Ario, and Tokumitsu. Isagi's team put up a good fight, but Rin is just better at reading the field, and Rin's team wins 5-2. They choose to take Bakura due to his passing abilities, forcing the other team to go back to stage 2. Now, down to 2 players, Isagi and Nagi go against Baru, aka the King, and Naruhaya. Even though Baru is known for his amazing shot, his personality and selfishness lead him to not listening to his teammate, and Nagi and Isagi win 5-4. They choose to take Baru, leaving Naruhaya behind and disqualifying him from Blue Lock. They enter the stage of 3 versus 3. Their next game happens to be against Kunigami, Chigiri, and Ryo. Baru's selfishness makes the game extremely hard for his team, but Isagi begins to treat him like how Baru treats others, and it causes Baru to break and actually pass the ball, helping them catch back up. But Baru gains his confidence, evolving and creating a zigzag dribble pattern that helps him score the final point, leading to his team winning 5-4. They decide to take Chigiri for his speed. They move forward to the 4v4 games. Their team is now Isagi, Nagi, Baru, and Chigiri versus the top 3 again, Rin, Aru, Tokumitsu, and Bakura. Both Rin and Isagi have the skill of reading the court, so it's like they're going against each other brain to brain. During the game, Bakura breaks up with his monster, the same monster that he talked and played soccer with growing up, because he felt that he relied too much on it. The game is neck and neck, but during the last point, Bakura tries to make a goal. Isagi is able to stop the ball, but it lands right in front of Rin, who scores the final point, forcing their team to win 5-4. Isagi's team loses due to sheer luck on the other team's part, and Rin chooses Isagi. Isagi now making it to the 5v5 round. Their team will go against the world top 5 players, and as hard as they try, Isagi's team loses 1-5. Turns out, Ego hired the world 5 team and pays them a lot of money, plus a bonus when they win, leading to the Blue Lock project burning through money and the investors getting very angry. But Ego said it's to give the Blue Lock participants a taste of the real world. Hirotoshi, Japan's soccer special advisor, states that the Blue Lock project is done because of parent complaints, unclear picture of the project's aim, and failure to produce any visible results. But Ego states he'll give him some results with a big game against Japan's U20. Stage 3. The third selection. Only 35 athletes that make up 7 teams advanced to this stage. Isagi's team was the first to pass the second selection. So Isagi and Bakura watch as they see familiar faces walk through within the other 6 teams. But the one face that they did not see was Kunigami. It turns out he didn't make it. Ryo told Isagi that they lost again, and the winning team chose Ryo over Kunigami. With the Blue Lock project on the line and a big game between the Blue Lock participants and Japan's U20 on the horizon, will we see Isagi's skills advance? Will Bakura still be a good soccer player without his monster? Season 2 will be releasing this fall in October, and I can't wait for more intense matches. Let me know in the comments which team you're rooting for and who you want to see advance in Season 2. And we're trying to build this anime corner to 600 subscribers before the end of the fall season. So don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell to join our growing community of anime fans. And until next time, bye!